Tracie Teodoro heads the recruitment function of Shell Philippines, specifically a team of recruiters working across Shell's different businesses and functions across the Philippines to bring in talents to power Shell's progress towards the energy transition. She graduated with a degree in economics and business management from De La Salle University, Manila in 2014 and has since joined Shell working on a variety of HR roles in the global, regional, and local arena. As an HR professional, Tracy enjoys supporting and coaching her colleagues, solving head scratcher problems and turning complex concepts into simple and digestible content. On days when she isn't an HR person, Tracy is a self-proclaimed chef and baker, a certified open water diver, and a dog mom to poodles. Well, that's nice. So without further ado, let me introduce to you to Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
Hey, Selena, thanks for having me. Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
All right, thank you. So, and thanks to Abigail as well for the, really inspiring talk earlier, talking about lateral moves and just being open to opportunities because you never really know what to get out of it. So I can truly resonate. So, but before anything else, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Beatrice, but you can all call me Tracy. That's my nickname. I am, as Selena had mentioned, I lead the recruitment team of Shell Philippines. So I'll share more about that later. But I hope you could also see my slide. So basically, I do want to start this talk, and I know I only have 10 minutes, so I'll work with that. So let me first share with you who I am and how I power progress and power lives working forward with Shell. So my name is, again, Tracy. I'm conscious that it says Beatrice on my name tag, but to make it easier for all of you, my name is Tracy. As Selena had mentioned, I graduated from La Salle with a degree in economics and business management in 2014. So that was a little over 7 years ago. But you might be wondering, so what's an economics major doing in an HR role, in an HR career track? Well, while many of you, I'm sure, have, with most of you, being, either fresh graduate or just about to graduate from the university. I'm sure many of you have really lofty reasons for choosing where you want to work or what you want to do after graduation. 7 years ago, I was only sure of very few things, yeah. And I wanted to join a multinational company, a large multinational company. I wanted to make huge impact in the work that I did, that I would do, especially on people's and communities, and to stay and for the company to be there for a very long time. So ideally, it's a really established company already, because I'm a creature of habit. I'm not as adventurous as many of you might be. So I really value stability, and I also value a clear direction for myself and for my career. So when Shell opened up slots for employment, I remember that was a month before my graduation date, which was in October. I grabbed the opportunity. I grabbed the invitation. I responded right away to the emails, and I was so excited. I really wanted to get into a sales or marketing role because that's typically the path of an economics major, right? Coming from the university, if not in the financial sector. So I was really hoping for that. But at that time, and Shell only had a couple of opportunities for the graduate program. So that's kind of like our equivalent of the MP program. But I'll share with you later that there are other routes for you to join Shell, apart from the very elusive, very targeted Shell graduate program. They only had openings for HR. and because it was the end of the year, it was the only remaining vacancy that they had for the program. So I was like, magiging susi pa ba ako, diba? So I really want to join Shell. It's my dream company. So I went for it. And thankfully, during the assessment process, very rigorous assessment process, a lot of nerves. The folks who interviewed me and assessed me felt that I was, a potential fit for the company. So I was very grateful for that. And since then, what a ride it has been, as you can see on the slide. I'm not going to go through this in detail because it's been quite a journey. I've been I've been literally in many places, and I hope I could be in more places in the future because I know this isn't the last of it. But it's been a really good ride. I've been in the Shell ecosystem quite a lot and around. And you'd notice that in this slide, I chose photos with other people, no, not necessarily just me in it. Because to me, my if I reflect on my Shell life so far, and compared to my other colleagues who have been in the company for 15, 20, 30, I've even met somebody who retired, having served the company for 42 years. It's really all about, for me, it's about the people who live and breathe our core values. So, honesty, integrity, and respect for people. Working in Shell has it's really helped me and enabled me to to quote my favorite Catholic priest, it's enabled me to see clearly, choose well, and act right. So it's really been very valuable. And with Shell, I've always felt so empowered to make the future through what I do with the people I work with. And I really value the learning and growth that I get from each role, from each opportunity to touch base with people in the company and even outside with candidates as well, with people like you who are, really eager to get your career started. After you graduate, or if you're already midway into it, whether you're thinking about a career shift, it's something I'm very passionate about, and Shell supports very, very much. And of course, it also involves a lot of fun and a lot of enjoyment. I think I probably wouldn't be looking so fondly back at my seven. It's not all roses and daisies, but I can truly say that there was a lot of fun involved, and that's very important. Now, let me tell you more about Shell and what we do. So basically, we're, you probably know us as an oil and gas company with all the retail stations around the country. But at a high level, we're a group of energy companies. So in Shell, we focus on petrochemical in manufacturing, distribution, trading, and also of new energies, new and renewable energies. Our main ambition as a company right now is to meet the energy needs of society in a sustainable way, and to provide cleaner energy solutions to meet our net zero carbon emission targets over the next few decades. Yeah. So just zooming into Shell Philippines. So I mean, Shell is again, we've been around for more than 100 years globally. We're headquartered now in the United Kingdom, and we actually work from the Philippines. We work with a whole lot of colleagues from other countries. So let me tell you about what Shell Philippines looks like. And personally, I'm always very proud sharing this because we're pretty much a cornerstone of the oil, gas, and energy industries in the country. We have our downstream business, which is probably what you're most familiar with. So we have a very significant retail, or the fuel station presence in the Philippines, across from Luzon, Visayas to Mindanao. We operate a world-class community here in SBO, or Shell Business Operations, which is my home. So that's my hometown in the Shell wide world. And I'll go back to that a little bit later because that's where I want to zoom in for the rest of the minutes that I have. And finally, we have our emerging new energies business, so Shell Energy Philippines. This group is very interesting. It's still a small team, but very much emerging. This is really part of our efforts to help the country out, the Philippines, and our industries as we transition to cleaner energy solutions all around. I promised I'd go back to SBO because, to be honest, I wanted to focus on this one. Well, apart from the fact that most of our vacancies are located here, or opportunities for fresh graduates, you can find most of them here. I personally, when I was, if you remember, when I shared what I was looking for in an ideal company when I graduated, and I haven't been elsewhere, by the way, so I'm probably not the best person to tell you how it's like to work elsewhere, but but I was really looking for a global opportunity. And when I say global, it's not to be expatriated or to be relocated in the UK or in another country. I've had a number of opportunities to travel myself, but I really wanted to build relationships, learn more about other cultures, and integrate very well with colleagues from other places. So that's why I had gone into SBO. So SBO is one of our largest communities. We have 4,000 colleagues, more than, including myself and my team. If you're a business, HR, engineering, finance, accountancy, supply chain, communications major, there's a place for you in SBO. In fact, if you're an engineer, a chemical engineer, mechanical, industrial, keen to pursue, commercial or business roles, there will always be a place for you here. So I guess just to cap it off, I'd like to zoom into Shell business operations once again because both graduate and entry level opportunities can be found here. So here we make impact that matters. We work with a wide network of global and local communities within and outside of Shells, including our customers, distributors, or suppliers. We win together. We have a lot of employee engagement programs that really help us to collaborate with each other to deliver the best and cleanest solution for our stakeholders. And of course, a world of opportunities to develop yourself in the global arena and in your personal life as well. So definitely, there are always opportunities in Shell to find your balance between work and life. So I guess just to cap it off, I know we're at time. Together, we in Shell we make the future, and I'm really proud to say that I'm part of a fun, energized, and dynamic company. So we really seek to power not just progress in the energy transition. Very important for all of us here, more than we probably know. But we also, we try our best to power lives and the communities that we operate into. And some people really make a difference. So I really hope that's something that folks had been able to take away from this short talk. Yeah. That's it from me. Selena, I guess you can go to a couple of questions if we still have time.
Yep. Thanks, Tracy, for that. So yeah, there are no questions right now, but I'm sure our participants will be asking a few questions for you later, perhaps. So again, guys, if you have any questions for Tracy, feel free to put it in our chat box or in our Q&A option here in the Zoom meeting. All right. So yeah, thanks, Tracy, for that very informative background about yourself and about Shell. It's very interesting to know that you really didn't have any background on HR, and yet you're there because that's like your dream company basically. So it's very important for our attendees here to know that even if their backgrounds are very different, the degree programs that they took up in college would not really make a difference if they wanted to have a separate or a very different career path for their lives. So, right. But while waiting for the questions that from our participants, I'd like to to ask you, Tracy, what would be your advice out there for our fresh grads who are feeling very overwhelmed or lost with the current job market?
Yeah, I think I personally learned a lot from the others. It's also been a long time since I graduated myself, but talking to colleagues of mine who are Gen Zers and just having just graduated from the university, I think my top one would be top one and two. I think they go hand in hand. Stay humble, and also keep a learner mindset. I think what I mean by the learner mindset is that you just maintain the mentality that you don't know everything. Yes, a 4-year, 3-year, 5-year degree is very important and it's very valuable. But that has only taught you so much. Yeah, there's more to learn. So I guess that also is a message when you look for opportunities in the market. Don't be afraid to try out new things. I heard that theme quite a lot over the last few speakers that have spoken. Don't be afraid to try new things. However, when you're met with disappointment or regret, I guess it's also a call to quickly pick up and try again for other things. And don't give up until you find your place. And even when you think you found your place, that's not always guaranteed. Yeah, because again, you're entering into an unventured territory. Just keep on learning, be a sponge, as they say in the corporate world, and you'll find your way at some point. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Tracy. And then I have a question here from the chat box. Do you accept applications from students graduating in June? And how does Shell manage work-life balance?
Okay, so yes, we definitely accept applications from students graduating in June. So that's a big yes. But you just need to be very clear about it in your CV so that because most of the vacancies that we have, except for those part of the graduate program, would cater for immediate needs. But if ever you're keen to send your application, it's good for you to integrate it there so that we can keep you in view for future vacancies when you're already ready to join Shell as an actual employee.